Good afternoon. Welcome in. How you doing? I'm sliding in the home plate at the last second yet again. With the heat, I had to lay down for a couple minutes. Let me share some links here, get some people in here, and let's try not to melt. Whoo! Because it is. Well, I'll share it with you in a minute. Copy link. Go back here and boink. There's the YouTube. Now the locals. Welcome to Melting Sttream IRL. Boo. You are just bound and determined that you are going to get into that, aren't you? I hope you're all staying safe, staying cool, because it's bad out. Go to X. I do have a couple things I want to talk about today. And now we wait. Good afternoon, Jamie. Hello, how are you? A nice breeze going over here, thankfully. Makes it bearable. Hi, Dave. How you doing, buddy? Yes, I will pray for a good interview, Jamie. I hope it goes well for you. Did I honestly just post that onto jar openers? No, I posted it. I did post it in the wrong one. Dadgummit. I've got to delete that because I cannot have that there. Move to trash. I got to take and make sure I do a better job of making sure I know where I'm posting to. Holy cow. I have too many accounts to keep track of here. Just on Facebook, I run 3 accounts. One for my personal account. I run the Chatting with Sasquatch account, and then on top of that, and then of course the foundation account. And I can't post this on the foundation account on account of we talk political stuff on here, so. Alrighty. So, I do have some stuff I want to chit-chat about once we get some more people in here. I see 3 people on YouTube, so it's Jamie, Dave, and someone else is out there, but hopefully you'll say hi. Come out of the shadows. I understand it's scary. It is. You should come in my brain sometimes and see how scary that is. My brain is a scary place to be. Well, we're going to talk about since they monetized Facebook and they monetized X and all this other stuff. It's amazing that some people post certain things to certain platforms. And I know that a lot of us follow like the Hodge twins, and I think they're funny. I like a lot of the things that they say, but they just got caught playing this game of we're posting one thing on X and then we're posting something totally different on Facebook. Like when the strikes happened in Iran the other day, on Facebook, they were posting about being all proud of it and how Donald Trump showed them who's boss and all this other stuff. Well, here, let me go find it for you. Hodge twins. If it's even still here, I don't know. Wow, they post a lot of stuff. They have somebody doing posting for them. They have to. Five hours ago. I gotta go all the way back. couple of days ago. Apparently, a grand jury indicted Carmelo Anthony on murder charges. You don't like the Hodge twins anymore? Did you see what I'm talking about, Dave? Hi, Jay. How you doing, buddy? Jay said the Hodge twins are fake as shit. Yeah, we're seeing that. I'm just trying to come on. I want to show you the proof. I don't want to just say it. You know what I mean? I saw it on Doug in Exile as who, hey now, that hurts a little bit, Miss Jamie. Jamie says nobody's truly honest anymore. Let's see. Okay, right here is the post I'm talking about. It is from 1 day ago. It says breaking all Iranian missiles. Oh wait, no, it's not. That's not the one. But it's pretty much the same kind of post talking about, you know, trying to project, you know, the strength of the United States and saying how happy they are that it happened. And then they go over on X and say, you know, that they're all anti-war and that they don't like this post that's happened, and all. It was just crazy. So I'm just saying, be careful who you. She says, not you. I mean, people like them. Yeah, I don't. I try not to be like them. Maybe that's why I don't get as many viewers and stuff, because I don't lie. I won't lie. I won't play to what people want to hear. I just tell you what the truth is, you know, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, I can't find post I'm looking for. Let me just do it this way instead. How about this? Yeah, they're playing both sides for clicks. It's about the money for them. I completely agree, Jay. But I will share the Doug in Exile video with you, and then you guys can go watch it if you want. There's a lot of people out there who, yeah, like to play that game, say they're Christians, but their actions say otherwise, unfortunately, and Yeah, there's sad. It is. So that's the other thing I wanted to do. I wanted to pull up the weather. Oh, possible storms. All right, that should be fun. Well, they're talking tomorrow, not today. Okay. Right now it's 97 and it feels like 104. Yay. All right, Jay, be safe, bud. Enjoy your time with your daughter. I do want to send a shout out to the jar openers for having me on last night to talk about the foundation. I had a great conversation with everybody and got to get our views out there for a lot of things. We got a couple of donations that are going to help us with being able to add a couple of extra things to our order for the Veterans Victory House here in Lancaster. So I'm very, very grateful for that. I'm grateful that you guys and gals trust me enough to trust me with money and stuff like that. I mean, you don't have to. Dave said 73 and rain in here. There you go, bud. You need the rain. And the cool down. You guys had this heat stuff before we did. Low battery. Oh, that's what's wrong. I didn't turn the power strip on. Some days, man. I just came out here and I took a quick nap. I laid down at 2:30 and just got up at like 2:45. Threw everything together and ran out here quick. I had actually left all the equipment set up, so I didn't have to do that when I came back out. I'm going to add something to the media here. I have a great picture that I want to share with you. Media, add image. We're going to make it a full screen picture. Goofy Pika. Wrong one. Wrong thing. Okay, we need to go here. All right, now close that out. Okay, here we go. That was Pico when I laid down. He laid on top of me, or sat on top of me with that face. And I had to get a picture. That's my goofy Pika. What do you think of that, y'all? It makes you want to peek it, doesn't it? For those of you who don't know who Pikachu is one of my 3 boys that are in the house. I actually do have house cats. I don't just have these heathens that run around out here on the backyard and stuff. But yeah, he's my Maine Coon mix. So when he lays flat out with his legs out, he is well over 4 foot long. So look at the tongue though, man. Look at the tongue. He's got his tongue sticking out. You can, if you're watching on YouTube, you can actually zoom in on his face and see his little cute little tongue there. All right, I'll pulling down the Pikachu for now. I'll pop him up again later. But yeah, that's one of my boys. What happened there? That was interesting. Dave says, ah. TNT, hey, welcome in, buddy. I wanted to say thank you for your donation today, sir. I appreciate it. That'll definitely go a long way to helping us with some stuff. I'm going to go ahead and place that order here probably later on tonight, so we can get that stuff in. So, but yeah, it'll be helping a lot of people, hopefully. So thank you. What's going on in your neck of the woods? And thank you for that great question last night. You know, I don't get to go into the backside a whole lot, you know, how we run things. And so when you asked that question, it opened up for us to have that discussion. And it's an important discussion that more people have to have, of what's being done with donated money. And a lot of times it's being wasted on administrative fees. And that really, really pisses me off. You know, this is a not-for-profit organization, and you see a lot of these really big not-for-profits paying CEOs millions of dollars, and I'm just like, that's making a profit. I don't condone that. You know, maybe I'm just a weirdo. I guess I don't know. So, but again, we're trying to change the culture of nonprofits, get them back to being what they were supposed to be in the beginning, which is a volunteer organization, where you use the least amount of money you can to pay the bills, and then you make sure the rest of the money goes to the people that need it. So, but yeah. Again, this is the melting Sttream IRL. We're gonna melt together in real life here. So, they have the right idea. They're all over their place, just flopped over, laying down. Speaking of flopped over, can you see? Hi, Thomas. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's 97 degrees today, and says it feels like 104. So it's pretty warm for here in Pennsylvania. Something bit the crap out of me. I love nature, but not this kind of nature. Oh my. So you son of a come here, you. No, you're not going on my bare skin. Get up on there. Can you see this son of a gun here? That is an assassin bug. Hold on. They will bite the shit out of you. Gotta love nature. I don't know that I have anything on me. You can't crush these. They don't die when you crush them. You literally have to either light them on fire or you have to I cut them in half. No. I don't I like you, Thomas, but no. We are not eating anything like that. It's climbing up the screen. I'll make it climb over the camera. Ah. Come on, get in there. There you can see it a little bit better against that background, huh? They create a very nasty bite. Holy crap, YouTube let Cal know we're live. It's going to storm. All right, we're going to try something here. All right, I think I cut it in half. Yeah. I bludgeoned it to death. I have a propane tank sitting here, and I thought if I can catch it just perfectly, I can make it cut in half across the top of the propane tank, and I was right. It's all busted up, so no more assassin bug, thankfully. Yay. Calling the Space Marines. That's funny. Poor Jay's missing all of it, right? Woo! YouTube likes me again for some reason. I don't know. every once in a while they'll actually put us on the front page. It's kind of crazy. And then we start getting people from all over the world coming in here again, and so wait and see. We'll see who all comes in. So how you doing, Cal? Hopefully you're staying cool, buddy. I can imagine it's hot out there too. What are you doing, Stumpy? Huh? Nah, you got your tail all mangled up again. Wish I knew what I could do for that. But yeah, Thomas said a shiny nickel if you eat it, Chris. I went to school with a friend who would he would eat things if you gave him money. And I remember him eating some turtle pellets. I had taken a slider turtle that I found into school one day and took the pellets in for that we had bought for feeding it. Now I have a different opinion on keeping things from nature. I will take it and I will keep it for a little bit, and then I will release it again later. So that's why I had the food. And yeah, somebody dared him. They said, I'll give you a dime if you eat a piece of that. And he ate it. I don't think they ever gave him his dime either. Crazy. Crazy stuff, man. And I have a kitten that just fell out of the chair. Good Lord. These guys are crazy. But yeah, so we talked about the Hodge twins and their double, how they play to different groups on different platforms. And how I don't agree with that. And they're not the only ones. They're the easiest one for me to point out at this point because I'm not going through everybody's. Oh, Dave says I thought you meant turtle shit. I don't know. He might have. He might have eaten that if given the chance. Buddy, your tail's nasty. Are you gonna let me clean it up? You got all kinds of stuff all over it. That should help it feel a little bit better, Bubby. You can get some of that. Oh, I just dropped everybody. Holy crap. P Digits, welcome in, buddy. Afternoon, where's the campfire? No campfire today. It's too breezy. There's it's not breezy at the moment, but there's gusts of wind, and I can't take the chance. Too much to lose around here right now with fires. With we've got plants in the fields and stuff, and I would absolutely feel horrible if I was having a fire and I burned somebody's crops down. That would upset me. Yeah, Cal says the sun is providing all the fire we need. So, hopefully Friday night will be the next fire. PD, you missed the fun with the assassin bug. I had an assassin bug walking all over some stuff. Had it up at the camera. Let me go check the Outlook for Friday. They're calling for rain. Rain 73. What time is the rain? Let's go to hourly because that's not giving me what I want. Hourly probably won't go out to far enough. It doesn't. Okay. That only goes till tomorrow. Well, according to this, it looks like it should be okay as long as the rain holds off. So Friday night, as long as it's not raining, we'll have a fireside chat. Looks like it should be pretty good temperatures. Hi, Ruth. Welcome in. How you doing? How is Richard healing up? Dave says he cut it in half. Yes, sir. You do not want to get bit by that thing. That thing is nasty. It hurts. Yeah, I know, Cal. I'm as astonished as you are, buddy. I'm as astonished as you are. If you can find an Ocean State job lots near you, they have these cat treats that the cats love. These guys and my indoor cats love these playfuls. And they've got them on sale for like $3 a bag, which is a steal. Let me show you what they look like. I'm going to get mugged here in a second. Yep, here they come. They're like little sharks. They smell something and they smell blood in the water. But yeah, they're little. If you didn't know better, you'd think they were Cheerios, right? That's breakfast. Add a little milk and he's doing better. He gets the stint out on Thursday, so he should be even better after that. Awesome. Very glad to hear that. Anybody else even over here? Yep, there's Casper. Casper. Yeah, we've been praying for Richard and you, and want to say thank you to everyone who came to the Bible study today. Great conversation. So today was part 6 of Matthew. So we've been breaking this into a bunch of different parts because Matthew is such a huge book. Ruth says looks like honey bunches of oats. Well, that would definitely be an alternative cereal for you, Ruth. Because this is real shrimp and salmon flavor. Oh my. Maybe I'll try that on Caitlin. Boy, that would be mean, wouldn't it? Why does my Cheerios smell like fish? Let me see here. Oh my. Really? You can go in and change that TNT. Right there is Smokey, the one in the back. That's my Smokey. He's the one that had the bad foot. His foot's all healed up, thankfully. And this one is, we call him Stubby, but his name's actually Casper. He's the one that ripped his tail off. And there's Ferdinand beside him. There is Sweet Pea. She is the mom of the runt Oreo that we've been taking care of. Here, I'll get them all over there. Come on, over here. And the orange one there is Chester. Oh, here comes in like a wrecking ball. There's Miss Willow. Oh, that's great. Miss Willow just comes flying in out of nowhere. There's cats everywhere. No, we have Amish neighbors, and I believe because the way he acts when he hears an Amish buggy coming, he freaks out. So I think he got it run over by the Amish buggy's steel rimmed tire, and cut it damaged it so bad that it actually severed the blood vessels, and his tail just died and fell off. So I think having it ripped off in a tail and a fan belt would have been much more immediate and probably a lot easier to heal. Bruce says, I'm still waiting to hear back from YouTube. I put in the appeal for my channel. Well, I hope that goes well for you. Temperatures here are 32 degrees Celsius. Feels like 42 with humidity. Yeah. It's a scorcher out there today. So hopefully anybody who's working outside today is making sure that they are taking breaks and getting lots of fluids, because if not, you're going to dehydrate yourself, probably end up having heat stroke, and end up in the hospital. Don't ask me how I know that. When it's hot out like this, I am going to tell you the worst place that you want to work is a machine shop. Anywhere that has especially hydraulic run machines, it is going to, you're going to roast. When I worked at the block plant, on average, it was, when it would be like this hot out like it is now, in the shop it would be 175 degrees. If you had to go in the kilns on a day like today, you're looking at 250. So, yeah. But I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed doing that kind of work. Bruce says, I spent most of my time in our lake at the campground. Nice. Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to go swimming at all this summer yet. I have to look and see if they even repaired our pool in our hometown here. The pool needed repairs. I don't know if they got it done yet or not. So I don't even know where I'd have to go swimming. I'll go to the creek. I am not too good to get in creek water. Or river water for that matter. As a kid, we used to spend most of our time in creek water, chasing mud bugs, or crawfish or crawdads, whatever you want to call them. Excuse me. Darn carbonation. But I will tell you what, crayfish, when they get a hold of you, that it hurts. You wouldn't think it would hurt as much as it does, but it does. Cal says it's hot almost everywhere in the U.S. right now. Everywhere except for where Dave is. Dave's cool and comfortable and wet. It's nice and wet there, he said. So, but that's okay. They needed a break. They had this stuff before we did. Yours is a man-made pond lake. Hey, as long as you can get in it and cool off, it doesn't matter what it is. Some days I'd crawl into a puddle if it would help, right? You eat crawfish there? Yeah, it's one thing I haven't tried yet. I thought about it, but I'd have to have them ordered and shipped in. We don't have them. Most of our local grocery stores and stuff don't carry that. Hi, Cassie. Welcome in. How you doing? Hey, what are you hissing at them for? Don't make me whoop your ass, Smokey. Come here, baby. Poor baby went to get some food and Smokey yelled at him. Not too bad. We have a lake up here by me in Mount Gretna, and something happened where they got some kind of in the mud, and so they actually have to drain it almost every year and dredge it and then refill it again, which is, I'm sure, very, very costly. And it shows, because in order to go swimming up there, I think the last I checked, it was like $12 a person to get in. And I'm like, I like to swim, but I can find places to go for free. And yeah, so that's what I do. I'm too cheap for stuff like that. I do have something else that I want to talk about. Give me a second to pull it up here. Knock it off. I know it's hot, but that doesn't mean you all get to be cranky and act stupid towards each other. That's the web address to where we're going to go and talk about here. Okay, so according to this, the Warehouse Club, Sam's Club, has made a bold... You're looking at cats' asses. Hold on. There you go. That's much better. Sorry about that. But it says, Walmart Sam's Club makes a bold pledge to members. The Warehouse Club has made a promise to members that's probably going to cost it some money. Sam's Club and Costco have a unique rivalry, unlike most retailers, which have a key competitor that mostly sells the same stuff. Because both chains are membership-based, they're generally only competing for new members in locations where they both have clubs in the same geographic space. Even someone who strongly prefers Costco over Sam's Club probably won't drive more than a few miles if the Walmart brand happens to be a lot closer. In reality, once Costco or Sam's Club capture a member, they're essentially competing with themselves. The goal of both chains is, of course, to hold on to members and maintain high renewal rates. If they can do that, their business succeeds. Hold on, it just jumped on me. If they can do that, their businesses succeed because membership revenue is essentially pure profit. It says, yes, Costco and Sam's Club want people to shop in their warehouses, but they mostly want to entice the member to renew. All retail by both chains are very low margin, and the two retail giants do everything they can to lower prices for members. It's retention strategy that works, and now Sam's Club has made a move that may attract the attention of some die-hard Costco fans. It says Sam's Club holds steady on a lot of prices for now. Hold on, let me see what Ruth's saying here. Ruth says, Cal, you were on with Chris a while ago and asked about old Canadian money. I found the old $1.52, $1 and $2 and $5 bills I was trying to find that day. They were stuck in a drawer that was shaken by our movers. You want me to send you a link, Ruth? Are you set up? If you're set up, I'll send you a link and you can hop on and show it off. But it says Sam's Club holds steady on a lot of prices for now. Consumers have become concerned about prices because of the uncertainty around tariffs and the possibility of an escalating war with Iran, and those concerns have generally been good for Sam's Club and Costco, since in general they have lower prices than other retailers and have been more willing to avoid passing on increases to members. So, yeah, that's basically what they're saying here, is that they're trying to lower costs to people who are members. Oh, fun. Cal says I'm back. I had to dispose of a mouse and got attacked by wasps at the same time. That sounds like fun. I don't have a Costco membership. I do have a BJ's membership, and I have a membership to Sam's Club. We go to BJ's a lot. It's just closer. Mom goes by it every day, almost. So. Nice. Cassie says Sam's Club in Pineville, that is 30 to 35 minutes from my house in Waxhaw, along with BJ, same distance. Yeah, I love it how, do you notice that when certain stores, they always build a competitor store right beside it almost? Like they'll try and put a Lowe's and Home Depot right beside each other. That sort of thing. Camera isn't connected? Okay. Cal says the mouse got into chips that was in a trash box. There were crumbs inside, so I caught him without any traps, had to get rid of him. When I went out the back of the house, 2 mud wasps were waiting for me with baseball bats. Hopefully they didn't catch you. Oh, we lost all the kitties. There's Snickers. Over here, Snickers. Here, buddy. Let me. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Did I startle you? Alrighty. What are you doing, huh? Come here. Come here, you. Yes. Say hi. What are you doing? He's like, why am I up here? I think that's a boy. Yeah, that's a little boy. There you go. There you go. Cal says, nah, I'm fine. I had to dodge and yowl like a little girl, though. Yeah, I love walking into my garage and having them flying at my head. That's always fun. Let's see if we can get the others in there, too. I don't want to move it too much here, because then it'll... There we go. But I'm glad you're fine, Cal. I do not like being stung. What you doing, Miss Sweet Pea, huh? So in this hot weather, if you have outside cats that let you pet them, a really quick way to take and cool them off that I found is I brought ice out. Be right back. Have to see what Richard is calling you about. Alrighty. Cal says, it's all good. I hate wasps. They make me very feminine very quickly. I think they make a lot of people that way, Cal. But, yeah, I brought ice cubes out and held them in my hand and rubbed them all over the kittens and mom and the cats and wet them down with the ice. And it helped to cool the babies down. Cassie said it's 96 degrees and the heat index is 105. Let me see if it went up again. Nope, we actually dropped a degree. We're down to 96 and it still says it feels like 104. So we're still in good shape. Welcome back, Jay. Oh my. Hopefully it was an uneventful trip that you just got to talk to your daughter and drive and not have to worry about anybody doing stupid things to upset you. I get road rage sitting in the passenger seat. I'm not even driving, you know. Yeah, look, YouTube actually let Cal know we were live. That's amazing. That doesn't happen too often. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh my. I wish I would have caught that. Yeah, all back roads of gravel. Not a bad drive. Cool. I get into too much trouble in gravel. I'd be flinging it everywhere. I don't know if any of you follow 9mm on two wheels. But yeah, he got caught driving in some very crazy weather earlier. There's Stubby all comfortable and sleeping. Cassie says, I get road rage behind the wheel of my school bus. Oh my. Yeah, I'll sit in. Sometimes I won't go into Walmart. I'll sit in the car and I'll just watch the way people just the stupid stuff that they do. Between walking in front of cars that they shouldn't be walking in front of, or cars that just people act like they don't know how to drive, and I'm just like, holy cow. What's the saying? Where'd you get your license? A Cracker Jack box? Isn't that what we used to say when we were kids? When we wanted to make fun of somebody. Jay says, I think most school bus drivers rage the whole time the kids are in there. That's what I told Cassie that before. I said, I can't drive school bus. I said I'd end I'd end up getting mad and 45 miles an hour and throw the door open, kick him in the ass, and tell him to tuck and roll. I saw that, Jay. Jay said we had a school bus driver get arrested for drunk driving. That's scary. You're trusting the most important thing in your lives to these people who drive buses, and some of them just do some of the craziest stuff, man. Welcome back, Ruth. I saw a story a while ago where a bus was stopped and the bus driver let some weirdo jump on the bus with kids on it, and they ended up hijacking the bus at knife point. And yeah, it was crazy. Cassie says yes, sir. Kmart special. I kind of miss Kmart, you know it. I don't miss Sears too much. Sears was overpriced for everything. Blue light Kmart special. Yeah, I remember those. They'd wheel out that cart with the big blue light on top. Looked like you were getting arrested by the police. Yeah. We had another get arrested for being a child toucher. That's not good either. I almost think I'd prefer the drunk. I'd prefer neither, of course, but oh my. There's a special place in hell for people who hurt children and animals. I believe that. Just like there's a special place in hell for those who supposedly teach the Bible and teach bad doctrine and lead people to hell. There's a special place in hell for them as well. The Bible says. So be careful what you do, people. Either way, you could end up in hell. We don't want to see that. We want y'all to. We want to see y'all live life right and be in the afterlife with us. Hopefully I make it up there. Some days I wonder if I will. My dumbass kicks in and I start doing stupid stuff like cussing and yeah. But I'm working on it. So what else is going on besides hot weather, rain where Dave is, and people pissing us off? Bruce says, especially the one I am against is telling people on their channel that God told her where to invest. You little son of a... Ah, there's another one. Oh, I'm sorry. I stepped on a kitty. Where's my daggone thing at? Come on, get in there. Thank you. Where are all these guys coming from this year? Stop coming up after me, thank you. Up until like 2 years ago, we never had these here. It wants my finger. All right, you're going to get the same treatment your buddy got. Now it stopped. Come on, get down here. Come on. Come on, get down here. That's right. All right. I missed. No, I lost it. Dang it. Oh well. Ah. Sorry about that, Ruth. I didn't mean to cut you off there. Ruth says, especially the one I am against telling people on her channel that God told her where to invest in, but will only tell her membership what she knows. Laugh out loud. Cal says, oh yeah, God told her where to invest. She didn't say which one. Cough. Moloch, cough. God spoke to her and told her where to invest. Laugh out loud. Her members are just following along. Oh yeah, she talks about how God told her about the new digital system and she knows all about it. That's sad and evil at the same time. Cassie said that kind of weird looking about the bug. Yeah, it's called an assassin bug. If they bite you, it is very, very hurtful. It's painful. So do not, if you see them, do not let them bite you. That is a very juvenile one. I have seen them where they're this long and they, for the bigger ones, I actually use my shears for cutting trees and stuff, tree branches. I use them and cut them in half. I'll have to look into that, Ruth. I've not heard that one. Are you talking about, is Paula White telling you that? Because that sounds like something she would say. You know? Let's look this up. Female pastor that tells her members that God told her where to invest. Now I'm curious, so I gotta look it up. There's a lot of female pastors that talk about stuff. Oh my. Yeah, but it's not giving me anything like that. Melanie Hines. Never heard of her. Okie dokie. Yeah, interesting. People are gullible. They'll follow anyone. Some people just cannot discern bad doctrine. Ruth says she's a basket case and full of herself because God told her that she will be blessed for her investment. Yeah, I found her on there, and yeah, it says what you think it would say. So there's a special place in hell for her. That's all I'm gonna say. Hopefully she'll repent and come back to God. Cal said that's why we're here, Chris. We saw the beard and had to follow it. Cal, you should have been on I was on the Jar Openers podcast last night talking about the foundation. And I made a joke because Atlas wasn't there last night. And I'm like, I'm going to try and get my voice low like Atlas's. And they were like, yeah, but you got to show some chest hair too. And I'm like, wait. And I'm like trying to show chest hair. And I'm like, wait, my beard covers it. I can't show it off. So it was funny. Jay says, blessed by losing her money and becoming closer to God. Well, the Bible says that we are supposed to forsake everything and, follow him. Hey, you butthead, you moved. Let's focus on Boo. Yeah, Boo's kind of over there a ways. We'll just put it up in the field then. Give you the nice view of the background there, maybe, if it shows up. It's looking like everything's turning kind of white because of the... Jay says you have chest hair when you lower your chin. That's funny, man. Bruce says, I worry more about our members getting taken for all of what she is spewing. Yeah. But unfortunately, Ruth, those are people who obviously do not read enough of their Bible and understand it, and are not able to discern the bad doctrine. And that's one thing that I always talk about when we're doing our Bible study. Hi, Leo. There's the baby daddy. You better... You gonna lay down there? Casper's like, nope, I'm good. I'm gonna move. Bruce says, and of course, only her God is the good one. Yeah, unfortunately, that's how cults start, Ruth. And that's basically what she's doing. Cal says he does, Jay, lots of it. Really tiny. just because I don't get it to you. Oh no, you should be offended by that statement. If she's telling people that her God is the only good one, that's offensive to all of us. There is only one God. But yeah, if she's telling people stuff like that, then she is definitely a blasphemer, and we have to pray that people can discern and see through her false teachings. Jay says, I think her God might be Lucifer. Yeah. Yeah, people forget Satan doesn't just come looking like Satan, right? He doesn't. When Satan comes to you, he is disguising himself to look like an angel of light. He's disguising himself to look like an ally of God, to mislead you, thinking that you are doing godly things when you are not. This is an amazing thing right here. That is Leo right beside me eating. Now, anybody who knows my history with Leo knows that this is a big deal. Because Leo is kind of a peckerhead, you know? Just being honest. So, God has guided people to make good decisions. Jay says, has God ever blessed people with money and power over others? Power over others, I would say, when he was punishing the Jewish people for not following his doctrine, for not doing what he told them to do, he led them to be controlled by others like the Romans, the Egyptians, the Assyrians, when he put them into slavery. So yes, power over others, I would say yes. And I would say that if you are praying for guidance, you don't just outright pray for money, in my opinion. God's not going to, in my opinion, I don't believe that God is a vending machine, first of all. And second of all, he's not somebody that you just, he's not your sugar daddy. You pray for him for guidance to help you make good decisions. That's power under others. True. So, I was more saying that he gave the power to the Romans, to the Assyrians, to the Egyptians over the Jewish people, according to the Bible. So, but yeah, unfortunately, there are a lot of scam artists out there who try to go through the motions of teaching the Bible and then they do just all kinds of other stuff, you know. And they think that they're more about entertainment value to get people into the church than to actually preach the Bible and the gospel and tell people to repent and come back to Jesus. You know what I mean? So that would be like your Benny Hinn's, your Kenneth Copeland's, Jesse Duplantis, they're Paula White's, all them. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Ruth said, so if I do a video mentioning this stuff, know what I say is not about your channel, is what I'm trying to get at. Gotcha. No problem. So, yeah, it's sad to see how many people can get scammed. You see it a lot in the senior demographic. I know people who have fallen for the boyfriend from another country, and they end up sending $20,000-$30,000 over, and then that person breaks off all contact with them, and yeah, I've seen that happen to both males and females. They try and order something, and it ends up that it's a scam, that it's not real thing. It's just a fake website that puts up a good look. And once they get once you put your bank account information in, then they have access to all of your stuff. And then they start running up huge credit card bills if they're able to. So it's okay, Leo. Jay says, shoot, I've been scammed on Amazon. Yeah, scamming stuff's going to get even worse, especially with the better AI gets. I saw that they have an AI program through Google that costs $250 a month to be on, but it makes flawless videos. And they showed, like, whoa, hey, calm down, everybody. So they showed like news anchors, and it showed one saying about, World War III has started, and it shows all kinds of stuff going on in the background. And then it comes out and says, but I'm not really real, and this isn't real either. This is just AI. And they were just trying to prove the point of how realistic AI can be, and that we're going to have to really up our discernment game. Because I'm waiting to see where somebody's going to use AI to pretend that Jesus came back at some point. It's going to happen, and people are going to fall for it. So we need to. Hey, Fred. Fred says hi from the gallery. You got a link. I sent it to you. Did you not get it? Jay says soon video evidence won't be allowed in court. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to have experts that specialize in detecting AI where they can actually go in and see some sort of coding in the background that'll tell them it's AI. And if they can't do that, then we're in trouble. Hi, Snow Lion. Welcome in. How you doing? Fred says I'm in the tub. You don't want to see this. Thank you for that, buddy. I appreciate that. I don't think YouTube would take too kindly about that one. Well, as long as you stay in the tub, maybe. You decide to get out of the tub, then maybe we'd have a problem. But oh my. Where are you at, Fred? Are you home? Snow Lion says Fred and laughing out loud. Cal says, why not? Cal's like, what's the worst that can happen? Fred said, that's the OnlyFans channel, 99 cents. You're back in the shop? No, my. Hopefully they fix it right this time, buddy. I'm praying. I'll add that to the prayer list. Snow says it's okay if you're in a bubble bath. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun. Did you remember your rubber ducky, Fred? So I do just want to give a quick update about the foundation. We are working with the local veterans homeless shelter here in Lancaster. It's called the Victory Veteran Shelter, or Victory Veterans House. It's subsidized by Tenfold Group, and we've reached out to them asking what their absolute needs are right now, what they have to have. And so they've given us a list back. And so we will actually be placing an order for them here coming up. I'll probably place the order tonight once I talk to the council and tell them what they decided. So Ruth said I was going to ask if he was using my bubble bath recipe. That's a good question, Ruth. Fred says an additional $5,000. Oh, I'm sorry, Bubby. I didn't mean to catch you. I didn't know you went out there. One of the babies came out and I stepped on it. Barely, but. Cassie says, hi, Fred. Fred left his rubber duckies on the dash. But I can't believe they're charging you another $5,000 for their mistake. What happened to the days when work was guaranteed, and if they messed up, they took responsibility for their mess up? Remember those days? Unreal to me. I guess I hearken for another time that's gone. But so yeah, and this is all because of you guys that we're able to help. So thank yous for all that you guys do for us to help to get this done. So Bruce said it's all in the fine print. They don't do that anymore. I know. Yeah. I did see, and let me bring this up because I know this affects Canada. Because Canada gets the you guys get electric vehicles in from China, the BYD and all that. BYD has been making so many vehicles that they can't sell them all. So they've been registering them to someone, not delivering them to them, and then shipping them overseas as used cars. They're called 0-kilometer used cars. And then once they get overseas, they charge you guys exorbitant fees for these cars. But once you get them, if something goes wrong, they don't give you any kind of service. So then you're left with a paperweight for the most part, unless you spend like thousands of dollars to take it to another garage and have them work on it and hope that they can fix it. Over in Russia, they're complaining about it. People in China are complaining about it. So if you are in Canada or any other place that takes in, ships in BYD vehicles, beware because they are ripping you off. So I've been watching to see. I watch a lot of stuff about China, and the corruption that you see over there is just unbelievable. You know, they say that like they've been doing these projects that are supposed to help with flooding. Cal says I refuse to buy an EV. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. I might get a hybrid at some point if I can ever afford one, but I won't buy an outright EV. I'll keep this monstrosity on the road. I'll keep that thing on the road there. That's a 2009 Ford Explorer. Runs good. It probably has to end up having some kind of defect that causes it to break, Ruth. Tell Richard to jump up and down on it really hard and break the frame. I shouldn't say that, but then see if they take it back, because that would be a warranty issue. But then they're probably just going to replace it with the same couch. So when I had problems with AT&T, I used to have a contract plan with them. My contract, I was paying almost $600, $700 a month, and this is back in early 2000s. I had 5 phones on my plan, unlimited everything, and they kept sending me phones, and they just kept dropping calls. They wouldn't get good signal, and me and AT&T went back and forth numerous times, and I finally I flat out told them, I said, hey, I said, we need to figure something out here. I said, I get it. You have to send me the same phone for a couple times to try and fix the problem. I said, but we're not getting anywhere with this. We're not fixing the problem. You know, how can we fix this? How can we rectify this? And, they refused to really help me with anything. So finally, I gave them their final warning. I said, listen, I said, if this persists, I said, I'm going to cancel my contract. I said, I'm not going to pay money for, when I'm having work calls drop and they think I'm just hanging up on them. And I get yelled at when I get to work, and I'm like, hey, I can't help it. My signal drops. So, yeah, they threatened to take me to court and everything over early dismissal charges. And I said, no, I said, you're not, because I gave you in writing that if you don't fix the problems that I'm having with my service, I'm not going to keep paying for it. I'm going to cancel I said, so you had plenty of warning. And, yeah, they tried to take me to court over it, and they lost, thankfully. You'd think you were scamming. I was scamming you? Over the couch or over the phone thing, Jay? Cassie says, help, I have a big ass Aussie sitting on me. Yeah, I'm sure you can sell it. Ruth says, right, Richard really hates it and wants to sell it and get something else. So, Facebook Marketplace, throw it up there. The phone. They have the records to show where the dropped calls happen, though, Jay. So they can see everything on their end. But no, I get it. And I went through everything that they made me do. I wasn't trying to just get a new phone. I did try the phones that they sent me out. They sent me out 4 of the same phone. Now I had back that weren't working right, which was all of them eventually. But yeah, yeah, bud. Jay says, oh, then they knew, just trying to see all sides. Yeah, no, I get it. And I'm sure that's the part of the problem, is that there are so many people who do scam them. And so I understand them trying to, be more cautious in that situation. But, I just saw that the SCC is telling people that if they have routers from TP-Link, that those are now considered threats to national security, and they are no longer to be used. And TP-Link in China, the company that makes them, actually just shut down their entire company overnight, laid everybody off. They the people that work there were talking on their social media over there, saying, we had meetings in the morning, and then in the afternoon we were told to pack up our stuff and get out. I'm like, holy crap. I don't know if you heard this or not either, but the CCP was putting kill switches in solar panels so that they would be able to turn off your ability to use your solar panels at some point through internet kill switches. I'll find that article and post it for you. That way you can check it out. So, you know, China is trying to undermine our sovereignty so bad. They're funding a lot of these protests, you know, the paid protesters that are out there screaming and yelling and acting like idiots in the streets. A lot of them are being paid by the CCP. They're being subsidized by them, along with the Soros family and, Act Blue, the Democrats. Apparently, from what I heard, is that the Biden administration and Democrats actually shipped a bunch of that USAID money into offshore accounts before Trump came into office, and they're using that to fund some of this stuff. Which, if true, I would consider that treason, would you not? Just a question. You know, if you're stealing from the American people and using the money that you stole from us to fund bad actors, to create chaos all over the country, I mean, I don't know what else you'd call that. Is nobody chatting? I don't know. Let me reset here. No, I got nothing. Okay. Breaking. Carmelo Anthony's self-defense claim dismissed. So, dude's in trouble. Cal says, I'm listening to you rant and trying to get some stuff on Walmart. Nanu. Oh my. Sometimes the stupid stuff that comes into my brain, I just gotta shake, you know? Cassie says, I'm still here. Okay. I appreciate it. So, I'm sad to see the boy throw away his life. But he made a bad decision. And he has to be held accountable for that decision. Cal says, yes, Nanu, we share brain cells in this group. That's funny, bud. You know, he made the decision to take another person's life. And that has to be treated with the weight that it holds. Bruce says I'm here. Okay. Hi, Bubby. Come here, little one. There's the baby. There's the baby. You're going to start biting me now? Lick, lick, bite. Hi, little one. The cuteness. The little tail. Little tail. Yep, here we go. Nom, nom, noms. All right, I'll put you down here so you can eat, little one. That's what you're looking for, right? Hey. Nope, you're going to try and climb up my leg, right? No, do not chew on my cord. Sorry. She's cute as crap, but she tries to eat everything, especially cords. Oh, my. You know, my biggest prayer right now for our country, besides our leadership, Cal says, be right back, caught another mouse. Where's your cat at, man? Your cat needs to do a better job. Right, Jay? I pray that we can go back to being a country that has the same moral fiber and the same, how do I want to put this? The same values, the same shared values that we used to always have. You know, back in the day, it didn't matter what color you were. You used to treat everybody with dignity. You used to treat everybody with respect. Snowline says maybe the cat is on strike. That's good. Oh my. What's the little sign say? Let me see if I can see it up here. No, it's not letting me see it. My cats do too good. I'm running out of lizards. Yeah, I haven't seen a mouse in the house for a long time now. So, we did have a chipmunk in the shed apparently the other week. I think y'all were we were on a live stream when that happened. The chipmunk come flying out of the corner and did not make it to the door. We'll leave it at that. His cat is looting a PetSmart then. That's funny. Oh my. I gave you food and you're chewing on me. Why are you... Do you like the taste of sweat? Is that what you're saying? Huh? Is that what you're saying? You like the taste of sweat? Ruth said, very much so. That's why in school I had a mixed bunch of friends and we shared our backgrounds with each other. Yeah, and that's, you know, we all had one identity. We were all, and it was probably the same in Canada. This whole thing of breaking everybody into groups and dividing everybody, that's a new thing. That's not something that happened. I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess I can't say it didn't happen, but it was different. You know, back when I was growing up in the late 80s, we all had one identity. We were Americans, right? We all said the Pledge of Allegiance. We took pride in our country. We all pulled together our pennies to have the Statue of Liberty refurbished and redone. She's teething. Jay said, I might have to make an omelet with Canadian bacon tonight. Gotta eat it. It's going to go bad. Oh, my. Oh, Canada. Are you going to sing that as you make your omelet, Jay? Put that on in the background. Drink a Molson with it. I wonder what that would taste like, a Molson with an omelet. That might be interesting. Here comes a tractor. I think you lost something, pal. He went by with an empty cart for the head for a combine. That's what that red thing was behind it. That's unusual. Unless the combine's behind him somewhere coming up this way. Jay says maybe about the... That's funny, bud. What did Snow Lion say? She tried to hide it from us here. Oh, it's not showing up there either. That's weird. Usually I can still see it up here, but it's not showing. Ruth says I'm in Toronto at Steam Whistle. Snow says Canada has no national identity whatsoever. Yeah, it's sad. You used to. Cal says the outside cat I've been feeding just came. Aha, Cal has an intruder. Oh, okay, I got you. You were fixing a typo. It happens. I do it too. Lots of times I'm typing and I'll accidentally hit enter and it'll like put in there half of a sentence and I'm like, that doesn't, no, I gotta fix that. Hey, Gary just posted in Discord. Gary says, hello, my brothers and sisters. Hope everyone is doing great. Much love from Texas. So I said back to Gary, I said, hey, Gary, we miss you, buddy. Just finishing up a show right now. I asked him if he wants to watch a movie later. So we'll see what he says. Ruth says I still prefer Keith's way anyway, though. Laugh out loud. Keith's is the beer, right? I'm remembering. Jay says I've just about gave up correcting my typos. I might as well hire someone to do it at this point. You need to figure out how to turn your autocorrect off, man. You type fine until your autocorrect hijacks you and takes you in the weirdest direction. Snowline says that village idiot True Dope made sure we are nothing but an international dumping ground, illegal aliens who have ruined our country. They tried to do that here, Snow Lion, and thankfully we fought back against it. Now you got Trudeau 2.0, and he's even worse than Trudeau. You know, Carney. Oh, Big Yawn's little one. Big Yawns. What are you doing, huh? But turn off my 6 o'clock alarm. Anyway, hey, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate it. I hope you had a good time with us. I always have a good time hanging out with y'all. And, yeah. Keep praying. Keep reading your Bible, if that's what you do. If not, if you prefer another religion, I know Ruth is Jewish. So I guess you read the Torah, if I'm correct. Not completely up to my my Jewish religion. I need to study up on that a little more. I couldn't see Snowline's chat until I changed to all messages. Weird. Huh. Yeah, that is kind of weird. You'd think you'd see at least a couple of them. But yeah, we love yous, and we definitely appreciate all of yous. Council members, please, I'm going to make a post here in the council here later tonight, so please make sure you check in there. That way I can get our finalization of our plans, and we can get things ordered. Okay, it's the same name as the Bible. It's the Old Testament. Okay, gotcha. Now I understand something better. Thank you. You taught me something new today. I appreciate that. So, but yeah, if you want to watch a movie later on tonight, let me know, and I will try and find something interesting to watch. How's that sound? Something that's not mainstream, and something that you haven't watched in a while. How's that sound? So, probably start that between 8 and 9 o'clock is what we'll aim for. So, but anyway, have a great night, and thanks again, everybody. Peace. We're out. We'll see you all later. Jay says he can play Snow White. I'm glad I'm still alive for this. I would have been so upset if I didn't catch that on the show. We'll see y'all later. Bye, guys and gals.